are. I guess this isn't the West Virginia video yet.
No,
so
this is the
we
previous
can't say
one.
it.
All we're doing is riding the blue and green lines.
Some of the most unique light rail lines in the country.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That'll get people to stay. I love weird stuff like this. Light flashing eastbound train approaching. Like, that's such a novelty. That's such a weird, like,
It's
this is an old school
light
system.
that they just installed there.
I did not know that the blue and green lines ran below grade here.
Most of the line is, 40, 50 miles an hour,
Wow.
smooth ride.
We have this really legit, like, RTA artwork up there that looks very nice.
What's your station review, Miles?
Well, it's fully accessible. There's a mid-ramp bench in case you get tired with many, many seats.
But very hostile seats.
Very hostile. I mean, it seems like once you actually get down, it's kind of bare bones.
How do you feel about these? This is the direction
Oh.
we're going. So this is listing all the stops on the green line to green.
Why is it colored red?
They all are colored red. All these types of maps.
But it's not, but what?
The blue line's colored red too, isn't it?
That, okay.
Obvious.
Why do they bother putting Braille in if they're not also going to put Braille in for each station?
Because they're terrible.
I guess to tell you what we're going to do, we're here, we're going to take the blue line out to here, and then either walk or take the bus to here, and then go all the way back in. Well, no, we're not doing any of this. The waterfront line's closed. I still can't get the system. This station has no real-time tracking, so we
None
had
of
to
the
check.
blue and green lines. Do any RTA stations have real-time tracking?
I don't think so.
I don't think anything does.
So do we pay getting on here or getting off?
It's a very complicated system for the blue and green lines. In this direction, you pay when you're getting on the train.
Okay.
Because you would have gone through the turnstile at Tower City.
Which is the one station on the system with a turnstile.
And then, but going the other way, you pay when you're getting off. So they'll open all the doors at most stations, but you have to know whether you need to go up front or not based on the direction. And they'll yell at you, over the PA if you do the wrong thing or if you just get off without paying.
The blue line's every half hour and the green line's every half hour.
And we get to see the great piece of wayfinding where they illuminate an LED strip
To tell you what line it is.
color it is.
So that's a blue.
It's a green.
That is the worst. It's just a line. That's terrible. It's a very weird vehicle. Are there any other vehicles like this
They're just
anywhere?
older Bretas, so they're like essentially older versions of the Type 8s.
Really?
They're
It does
from the
not
80s
feel
or
like it.
something.
I like how they just have, it's not even roll signs, they just have like a placard telling you where it's going. And it's the wrong destination if it's the green
he put
line.
that there for the next trip.
Oh,
They
he'll
always
be a blue line
alternate.
coming back.
So they always put the next one in the window when they are in that cab on the other. So
Oh.
that's on purpose.
Alright, so we're gonna have to pay when we get on.
12, yeah, outbound you pay when you get on.
Okay.
Like, of course they don't tell you this, and they just yell
No,
at
they
you
don't
when
tell
do
you
the wrong
anywhere.
thing.
So we got a blue line telling us that's the blue line. Oh, okay. Do I scan this anywhere? Okay. I guess the phone there's no scan for the phone on this, but there is on the bus. That's not confusing.
And they didn't open the front door at all.
Even though you're supposed to pay when you get on. These are some really nice apartment buildings. Like, I love this type of pre-war type
the
thing.
Shaker Spread Diner.
This is a diner?
Yeah, right on there.
Is it a real diner?
Yep.
Oh, well, it's not like an architectural diner, but that's cool. It's on the
platform.
This whole thing was built around these lines. This was built as a planned community
Around
these trolleys in like the 20s. This is meant to be like the hub of the area. Like, this is like where the lines split. This is the last stop before we split off.
Next stop, Jacksonville Road Rapid Station.
That was like an assault to the ears. So the operator just picked a phone up. Does he actually have to like call, like set the switch ups or something?
Even if you're on green line, you have to stop here and call.
There goes the green line. We'll be on that later. Those are some beautiful apartments, I have to say. So is this what the typical station is? Like a bus shelter and not much
An
else?
accessible platform.
Is this one accessible?
Well, maybe not, but a lot of them have mini high-level platforms.
Okay. So the operator just like made an announcement. Everyone who got on has to pay their fare. So, like you said, they just yell at you.
If you do the wrong thing. 'Cause in the other direction, you're not allowed to just get off at the rear doors when they open for boarding, because you have to pay when you get off.
I can't believe how suburban this is. Like, it's like, how do you justify running like a light rail line through this and not at least having like duplexes, like just single family houses on massive lots? Like, no wonder this doesn't get much ridership.
The green line is even sparser.
These are like mansions. I mean, this is so like, This was always meant to be a fancy neighborhood, but oh my god. That cracks me up every time. Now this time, the operator only opened the front door for the people getting on. Even like internally inconsistent. It's starting to get denser now, and we're actually going like into a cut here.
Yeah, so the next part of the line is in a cut.
Next stop, Lake Road Rapid Station.
Oh, I see, yeah. Rapid station. Every station is a rapid station. I mean, there is some cool architecture. Like, that's a very gingerbread looking house. Sorry, not gingerbread the architectural style, but gingerbread just looking.
Next stop, Glenfield Road Rapid Station.
Next stop, Glenfield Road Rapid Station. This station has its own building. It kind of goes in and out of having like dense apartments along it. But even these, like, there's a lot of parking, it looks like. Like, it's not really like designed around the train, even though it's right next to the train. It was really built around the same time as the train. There's some big TOD happening here.
Now we go to 15 miles an hour.
They are kind of building some stuff here. They're trying to turn it into a destination. Thank you, Blue Line. Wait, they open the doors on both sides?
No, it's just,
what's on the other side?
There's nothing. It's the,
oh.
I've never seen them do that before. I think.
Okay. I mean, I have to say, that was a very fun ride.
It's a great ride.
And I appreciate that there's enough like weird inconsistencies and degeneracies to like make
opening
the
up
ride
random
fun.
doors and
Yeah.
closing them and yelling at people, you know, for multiple different reasons.
I'm excited for the green because the green's apparently even more fun. I mean, this is like a nice outdoor mall, this like strip here.
But there's
That's
not
kind of what it feels like.
people here for how nice it is. You would think that if this was in another city, there would be a lot more people here.
And there's like a big parking lot. It's a shame we had lunch already. I mean, it's not empty, but it's not like
Again,
on a Saturday.
It's a Saturday
yeah.
afternoon. It's not a work day.
Is there a whole parking garage in there? Even then, it's... I see some families. I mean, that's always a good sign.
But it's the middle of the day on a Saturday in nice weather.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to walk to the green line through what looks to be a very fancy suburb. I guess we'll see.
It's leafy.
It's a classic suburb. Yeah.
Car-oriented.
So what we're trying to do is cross to there, which is apparently a pedestrian movement that is not allowed. We run.
No need to rush.
I guess not. Yep. These are houses. Oh my gosh, we've made it.
Green Road.
There is really nothing here, huh? It's just suburbs
Suburban.
and parking. Good lord, so this is all RTA parking. And it's completely empty. I mean, they really couldn't have been bothered to put one apartment building here on like some of this. I like this entrance, it's very 80s. So we don't pay when we get on here.
No, we don't.
Okay, we've left
Green Road, number West Green.
this station. They really couldn't be bothered to put anything other than parking here that's empty.
Next stop, Belmar Boulevard Rapid Station.
I think we're like between two roads right now, but it feels like we're just in the woods.
This almost seems rural rather than suburban.
Yeah, it's just a random bus shelter in the middle of nothing and like a path that kind of leads its way up to something, but there's not really much of anything. Looks like they're doing a road widening project here in Florenceville. Is there anyone? I don't think there's anyone. Also, something I haven't mentioned yet is that the light rail trains have the cushy RTA seats, which I'm a fan of.
Everything does.
There's really no station sign on this side. It's just a slab. Okay, well, it's Attleboro. It's Attleboro Station. I want to make a joke about how we're in the southern suburbs of Boston, but no. We found something that tells you how the fares work, but it's on the train, so it's not nearly as helpful as if it would be on the station, yeah. We're coming into Coventry Station, whose station, but it's home to an auto insurance office. I mean, how ridiculous is that? This is the first station on the Green Line that's actually had like apartments next to it.
We're back where the blue line joins.
So 30 seconds later, we're back at Shaker Square. So the apartment buildings start like
Next stop, Shaker Square Rapid Station.
I know that at one point they were talking about just getting rid of it entirely, which
I could support it if you're doubling the service of the blue line.
I don't even know. I feel like if you just build up along the Green Line, like increase the land use, like then the density, like,
TOD.
people will actually use it.
Hopefully.
I mean, it's assuming there's demand for housing increasing, which seems that they're kind of busy.
I mean, I think all of these buildings are probably half empty.
Yeah. So because there are actual like businesses at Shaker Square, at least some density, we actually had some people get on. We're now leaving St. Luke's.
105th Street, St. Luke's.
We've got uncharted territory from here on out. Ooh, that's going fast. We've got a nice bridge. There's the skyline in the distance, so we'll be there soon. So the operator just pushed a button there for that. And it activates cab signals, he said?
Well, that's what it says on the sign.
Oh.
Cab signal putter.
Looks like the red line's gonna get ahead of us, but I'm really glad that showed up because that gives the demonstration that there's a heavy rail train and we're
on a
gonna
light rail train, we're gonna be on the same line.
be the only place in the
the only one in the
country.
country?
I think so. But of course, eventually they're gonna be getting a unified fleet. It'll just be light rail for everything. Here's the yards. You can see the difference between the light rail and the heavy rail trains. They just line them right up next to each other. So up there, the red line is stopped at its high level platform.
We got a low level platform.
I'm surprised that we can't stop at the same time as the red, given that they're so far
I think
apart.
because the cab signals, they can't let go of the block at the same time or something.
So here's the low-level platform with some creatively hostile benches, and then here's
the high level platform.
so this is where the red line stops.
And I think on the new cars they're going to do the San Francisco thing of having it be all high level when they're on this part of the line, and then opening up the thing on the floor and having it be low level for the rest of the line.
Right. There's been some very cool murals along this pit, each of the bridges. It's a pretty cool view of Tower City. You can see like we're underneath all that.
Tower City Station.
Tower City Station.
And we're coming in on the middle track.
Thank you.
Whatever one.
Alright, so they'd stop there if they were going to the waterfront. This is such a weird station. Now I actually get the chance to talk about it in a video because I didn't get to talk about it last time.
There's like ghostly music playing.
Oh, I hear that. Is that like rock music?
It's just some radio station in Cleveland.
Wow. There's these weird old waiting rooms. I mean, this used to be the railroad station in Cleveland, and then Amtrak moved to its really terrible, like, Amshack.
The RTA stays here.
They have fare gates, but most people have their tickets on their phones, so you have
So
to
you have to show them and they get let out by a person.
You gotta go through separate gates to get to the red line. But meanwhile, we go up, and this is like a whole mall that's just kind of open, nominally run when
Where there's
the
like
RTA
2
is
shops
running.
in.
Oh.
Most things are closed.
Yeah, it's just a lot of vacant stores. I mean, this part is kind of postmodern, but when we go through there's like a really beautiful Art Deco atrium. Just look at this atrium. It's like there's murals all along it. It's Art Deco masterpiece. Well, I think this concludes the blue and green lines, which are a great piece of infrastructure that's just kind of wasted on low land use,
low density,
low density,
car-centric, sparsely populated suburbs.
So at some point I'll come back and do the waterfront line. This has to be like the smallest system that's taking me the longest amount of time to complete. All right, well, we're about to go to West Virginia. Maybe. It might just be one of us.
It might be one of us. I feel like I might be getting sick, but we'll play it by ear, and I can go to Akron and take the bus back if I still feel like I'm getting sick.
So there's your cliffhanger. Maybe this is forcing me to do next week as West Virginia. So cliffhanger. Good luck.
Or you can watch it right now on Patreon.
First we have to take the 50 bus to get to the lines.
And the thing about Cleveland RTA, their span is really, really good.
Right.
So you know that when they have a route that's hourly and stops at like 7 p.m., that it's gonna get nobody. And the 50 is just, every time I've taken it, it's been just me or one or maybe 2 other people.
I'll hold you to that.
The sign is going the other way. It's signed for the trip
Are
the
you
other
kidding?
way. It doesn't say miles.
The destination is South Miles.
Yeah,
and this is signed for the wrong direction. Are you kidding? Well, that's a disappointment. Well, you were right. Ooh, wait, so there's a dot ad, but look how the logo, it's not dots, it's like diagonals. I've never seen that in my life. They do.
What I usually do on these, I just brave the Gillig bar and I sit in the last row.
That prevents you from falling out.
And I put my stuff here.
That's very good.
I sprawl out and luxuriate all over this row as much as I possibly can.
Whoever was here last found use of the Gillig bar as a cup holder slash wastebasket facility.
Very innovative. That's why, you know, Cleveland is the hub of so much research. It's because people are just so creative like that.
This park is amazing. It's just always empty.
Wade Lagoon, it's incredible. This is Severance Hall, one of the great concert halls in the world, home to Cleveland Orchestra, one of the greatest orchestras in the world.
This is a city that punches above its weight in so many aspects and then just falls
incredibly short.
It's honestly sad. Like, you can tell it used to be such a big deal, and hopefully one day it'll get back to that. So we're making our connection.
To the Cedar Ave busway. You're making our red line connection at the Cedar Ave red line stop, which we just saw from the bridge.
Very impressive. There's actually like a busway, and no one waiting. So off we go. Wait, so is this like the real busway, where the actual?
There are no routes that start or end here, just a few routes that pass through. It's a lot more overbuilt than it should be. They have things stopping at most birds.
Okay.
But the reason that is because they have most routes run here two different directions. So they have one direction stop in that lane, and another direction stop in this lane.
We do have
that gives the illusion of a lot more bus service than actually is.
We also got another passenger, so it's no longer a private limo car. I'm really glad that all 3 lanes of this one-way, 3-lane road are being used up. Like, clearly this capacity is really needed. Yeah.
It's just, what would we do if we had cars coming the other way on this road? It's such a nightmare.
Yeah, you get a bit. What about you?
Yeah.
Stop requested.
Say yes to Cleveland. I'm saying yes to Cleveland.
You are?
I think Miles, you're saying no to Cleveland.
Well, I don't.
I'm saying yes.
Thank you. Oh, she said it's South Miles Road, even though the thing is wrong. East 177th and South Miles in transit.